If you don't feel confident about your pronunciation, your fluency, or your listening skills, then you found the right video. Because in this video, we practice accent reduction, pronunciation, and intonation with real people who are learning English along with you. So watch us, join us, and improve your American accent with these videos. Now, this is a very unique channel. So make sure that you subscribe and give me a thumbs up to help me out. It's really hard to get noticed on YouTube these days. And stick around because we practice for hours every day, improving our accent, improving our fluency, and improving our vocabulary and listening comprehension. Stay right here and practice English with us. Achu, have you ever seen this word before? Vehement. Vehement.
Vehement, yes, sir.
You have seen it before.
Yes.
How about you, Alex? Have you seen that word before? Vehement.
I don't think so. I can't remember it. Let me think.
It's pretty advanced. It's not a word that you hear very much in conversation. It wouldn't be strange for somebody to say it, but it's not the most typical word. It just means very strongly, with a lot of passion. Alex, can you read number one? What does number one say?
He did not express his opinions vehemently in the meeting.
Can you? What does that mean? How do you use that word vehement? What are they saying in that sentence?
He didn't express himself strongly, or he didn't. He couldn't be understood, or he didn't give more evidence.
Well, maybe he could be understood, but he wasn't. Maybe he didn't believe in his opinions very strongly. He didn't have a lot of passion, a lot of energy when he gave his opinions. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So
Does, yeah.
maybe he was expressing his ideas clearly. Everybody understood him. But maybe you didn't believe him because he didn't have any passion. He didn't have any energy when he explained it. Is that pretty clear?
Mm-hmm.
Pachu, can you read number one? Uh-oh, Pachu, are you there? Oh, Pachu's in the land of mystery.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
Did
what?
not
Okay.
express his opinions vehement. Yes, sir.
Okay, can you say it again? We didn't hear you. Say it again.
Okay, sir. He did not express his opinions vehemently in the meeting.
Okay, now can you read up to opinions only? Just read that part.
He did not express his opinions.
Mm-hmm. All right, what are the important words in that phrase? He didn't express his opinions.
Express opinions.
Okay, probably just express and opinions. So let's identify which syllables have the accent. Express. Where's the accent in that word? Express.
Press.
Express.
Second.
Second. It's the second one. Second. Not second.
Second.
Second. See, it's important. That's really it seems like a very small thing, but if you put the emphasis on the wrong syllable, people will not understand that word a lot of times. Like if you say second instead of second, people will say what? Okay, so express. And how about opinions? Opinions. Where is all of the sound in that word?
Second.
Second, right. Opinions. It's on pin. It's on pin. Okay. So we're making these sounds, these two sounds, express and pin, very big, and the other things are very small. He didn't express his opinions. He didn't express his opinions.
He did not express his opinions.
Mm-hmm. See, try to make the small part small. So we have press and pin. Those are big, but everything else is very small. He didn't act. He didn't act. Can you say that? He didn't act.
He did not act.
Didn't. Say didn't.
Okay, okay. He didn't act.
Say neck.
He didn't neck.
He didn't.
Didn't neck.
He didn't express.
He didn't express.
He didn't expresses.
He didn't expresses.
He didn't express his O.
He didn't expresses his.
There's a O from opinions. He didn't express his opinions.
He didn't express his opinions.
Hmm. Can you try that, Alex? He didn't express his opinions.
He didn't express his opinions.
Okay. And then, Alex, what are the final words of that phrase?
Vehemently in the meeting.
Okay. So that's a pretty big word. Vehemently. How many syllables?
One, two, three, maybe four? Four or
Yeah,
five?
four. I think it's probably four.
Four.
It's
Yeah.
not very clear. Vehemently. Yeah,
Vehemently.
four.
Vehemently.
Is that an important
Seriously.
is that an important word in our sentence? Vehemently.
I think it's an adjective as well, or
Ve-
adverb.
Vehement could be an adjective. Vehemently with an ly is an adverb.
It's adverb.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that an important word?
Okay.
Do you agree that that's an important
Yeah,
word?
it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
So
Yeah.
which syllable has all of the accent? Vehemently.
Vehemently.
Listen again. Vehemently.
Via.
V.
Via.
V has all of the sound.
Via. Yeah.
Vehement.
Via. Yeah.
Vehemently.
Yeah.
Vehemently.
Vehemently. The meeting. Yeah.
Okay. Are there any other important words in that phrase?
Meetings.
Meeting. Where's all the sound? Which syllable has
E.
me?
E.
Meeting.
Meet.
Meeting. Okay.
Meeting.
So the
Yeah. Meet.
phrase sounds like this. Vehemently in the meeting.
Vehemently in the meeting.
He didn't express his opinions vehemently in the meeting.
He didn't express his opinion vehemently in the meeting.
Hmm. Can you try that, Pachu? Vehemently in the meeting.
Vehemently in the meeting.
He didn't express his opinions vehemently in the meeting.
He didn't express his opinions vehemently in the meeting.
Okay. Well, now let's add a little music. So we'll make these tones a little bit higher. All the important sounds will give a high tone, except when we get to the end, we'll give that a lower tone because it's the end of a phrase. So we've got long short. Now we'll do up down up down up down. So he didn't express his opinions vehemently in the meeting. Oh, I should go down at the end. Meeting. Sorry. Let me try again. He didn't express his opinions vehemently in the meeting. Can you try that, Pachu?
He didn't express his opinions vehemently in the meeting.
Okay, try to go down at the end. Meeting.
The meeting. The meeting.
Okay. He didn't express his opinions vehemently in the meeting.
Meeting. You're saying meeting, but try to do low. Meeting.
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 The meeting. The meeting.
Meeting. Can you try lower? Meeting.
Meeting.
You're saying meeting, but it's meeting. Is when you make the low tone at the end of the phrase, it's kind of a signal. I'm done with my idea. I'm finished with my idea. It's
Yes.
a small thing.
So
That's what we're. Go ahead.
I have to do in opposite direction. So meeting. Meeting.
Don't go up.
Or
Don't say meeting. Just say meeting. Go down, not up. Not meeting. Meeting. Go down, not up.
meeting. Meeting.
Saying meeting, but it's meeting.
So, can you show, sir, where is the position of our tongue or in the mouth so that I can
Uh, th-
do correctly?
this is music. This we're talking about music. We're not talking about the production of sounds, the physical production of sounds. We're talking about how you sing it. So me, let's see. Is there anything physical you could say about that? Meeting, meeting, meeting. Well, yeah,
Meeting.
maybe there is something physical about it. Like if you do the high meeting, you can feel the roof, you can feel the top of your mouth vibrate. Meeting,
Mhm.
meeting. That's high.
Meeting.
Say high. Say
Meeting.
it high.
Meeting.
Meeting. But if you put it down in your throat, it sounds low. Meeting.
Me- me-
Meeting. Meeting.
Yeah, like
Meeting.
so he didn't
Oh, yes.
yeah, so there is a physical aspect to it. You could feel so when you say press pin V, you can feel your the top of your mouth is vibrating. But when you say
Yeah.
meeting, it's down here in your throat.
me-
Meeting. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Working. Yes.
yeah. I didn't think there was
Meeting.
something physical, but there is something physical about that. Can you try that again and try
Yeah.
to feel it
Okay. He didn't express his he didn't express his opinions vehemently in the meeting.
meeting. Try to eat that meeting. Try to push it all the way down.
me-
Meeting. He didn't express his
The meeting.
yeah, that's right. He didn't express his opinions vehemently in the meeting.
the meeting.
Okay. He did. He did not express his opinions vehemently in the meeting.
Yeah, yeah. It's just take a little practice because you don't want it to be too extreme. You know, we've got to try to refine it later, but that's good. Can you try that, Alex,
Yeah. Yeah.
with our new information?
Okay.
Are you there, Alex?
Yes, yes, yeah. He didn't express his opinions vehemently in the meeting.
In the meeting. Can you try to feel that? Try to, if we're adding the music to it, can you try to feel meeting down in the bottom of your throat? Meeting. Push it down
Okay.
instead of up.
Meeting. Okay. He didn't express his opinions vehemently in the meeting.
You're saying meeting. If you pay attention to how your mouth feels
Meeting.
when you say meeting, you can feel the top of your mouth
Mm,
vibrating because it's high. But try to
meeting.
feel it in your throat
Me,
instead.
meeting. Okay.
Meeting,
Meeting. Yeah.
meeting.
Meeting. Yeah. He didn't express his opinion vehemently in the meeting.
You're going high again. Meeting, go low.
Meeting. Okay. He didn't express his opinions vehemently in the meeting.
Okay,
Then,
Alex,
yes, sir.
if you want to say this is my idea, okay, this is what I think. Do you agree with me? How would you say that?
Did he?
Okay. Now
Did he?
you're making a question. You're making a question like you're not sure. Okay. Are you? Do you want me to tell you what to think, or are you telling me and saying what do you think?
Did he?
Did he? Did he?
Did he? Yeah.
Did
Did he? Yeah.
did he? Did
Did
he?
he? Did he?
Say the whole
Did he? Yeah.
say the whole sentence.
He didn't express his opinion vehemently in the meeting. Did he?
Did he? Did he? Did he? That's
Did
tell me
he?
what to think. Say
Did
did he?
he?
Did he?
Did he?
Did he?
Did he? Yeah. Did he?
Can you try that, Pachu? Can you make the question like, this is my opinion, and tell me if you agree with me?
So, he didn't express his opinions vehemently in the meeting. Did he? Did he?
Okay, if you say, did he? If you go, did he? That is, I don't know. You tell me what you think. But we want to say, did he? Meaning, that's my opinion. Do you agree with me or no?
So, I try. Did he?
Did
Did
he?
he?
Did he? Top down. Did
Did
he?
he?
hmm
Did he?
Yeah,
Did
that was
he?
good. That's
Did
right.
he?
Did he? Did he? That
Yes. So,
go ahead. What?
so I am doing just you point out the gesture of hand. So
Hmm.
go up and down. So I
Hmm.
am doing this in my position, and it is a little bit working because about the hand position up and down.
Yeah, it seems like you're a physical person. So I'm very
Very.
visual.
Yes.
For me, I need to look at things to understand them, but I think for you, you need to feel them.
No, no, sir. I am also a visual person. I
Oh,
cannot. I just draw the picture of words, the
hmm.
text, and then I realize.
So you're also
Yeah,
visual,
I.
but for some reason that's
Yes,
to do the
yes,
hand sign. Okay, Pachu,
yes.
how were you? So that's the opinion. He didn't express his opinions vehemently, did he? How will you agree? How will you tell me? Oh, your opinion is correct. I agree with you.
Yes, yes, he did.
Okay, but when we do these questions, did he? Didn't he? You have to ignore that. You have to look at the original idea. Okay, my original idea is he didn't express his opinions. Okay, if you agree with me, you have to repeat the original idea. If you want to tell me I'm right, you have to repeat what I said. What did I say?
Yes, he did.
No, no, that's I said he did not. I didn't say he did. I said he didn't.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, we should go in the main sentence. What is the subject is telling
Repeat
according to.
repeat the main
Okay.
idea. Repeat the original sentence. Forget about did he, didn't he? That doesn't matter. If you agree, you
Okay,
repeat what I say. What did I say?
okay, I got it.
So if I
Yeah.
say Pachu,
Okay.
he didn't express his opinion vehemently, did he? You agree with me. Tell me, oh, you're right. I agree with you.
uh, yes, Pansu did.
No,
Didn't.
no, he didn't. No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
No,
Okay.
he didn't.
No, he didn't.
You repeat what I said, and I said he didn't. So if you agree, you repeat. No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
Yeah. So, yeah, in more usual case, we say yes and subject and
Mhm.
auxiliary verb when it is agree, but here we say negative. Uh, this means the main idea is negative. So we are
When you
saying
do tag questions, did he? Didn't he? You repeat the original idea. Ignore the question. Did he? Didn't he? What you want to repeat is the original idea. If you agree, you repeat the original idea. No, he didn't. You're right.
yes,
I
yeah,
agree with you. Okay.
yes, sir.
So how would you disagree? How will you tell me I'm wrong? Pachu, he didn't express his opinions vehemently in the meeting, did he? Tell me, oh, that's wrong. I don't agree with you. I disagree with you.
So yes, he did.
That's right. So it's this is very confusing for people. Yes, he did.
Yes, yes. Confusing.
It's very confusing. Yes, he did. Okay, Mr. Alex. He didn't express his
Yes.
opinions vehemently in the meeting, did he? How would you agree with me? How would you tell me, you're right, I agree with you?
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't. So, I agree with you. I agree with what you said. No, he didn't. How will you disagree? How will you tell me, oh, you're wrong?
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. Okay. All right, let's move on to our next word for today, which
All
is
right.
to defy. Alex, do you know that word, defy?
Yeah, to defy, to resist or
Mhm.
challenge or refuse or something publicly, or
Yeah, to say no. Somebody with authority, somebody with power says do this and you say no. I'm not doing it. I defy you. I refuse to do what you say.
Mhm.
So it has to be somebody in authority. It could be police, could be a parent, could be a teacher. Somebody with power or authority says do that and you say no. I'm not doing it. I defy you. Have you seen that before, Pachu?
Uh, maybe, but I'm not sure the meaning
Mhm.
of defy
That's it.
exceed.
So, what if, let's see, what if the police what if the police see you put some garbage in the street and they say, "Okay, give me $10 because you put garbage in the street." Okay, you have two choices. You could say, "Okay, here's $10," or you could say, "No, I'm not giving you $10." You're telling somebody in authority no. You are defying someone.
So it is only with authority or higher uh,
Has to be someone with power.
power. Yes.
What if you tell
Yes.
what is something you tell your children to do? Like clean your room, do your homework.
Yes. Yes.
Right. What if they say no? Do they ever say no? No.
No.
No, never.
Never.
Okay. But if they did, you would say, "Don't defy me. Don't say no to me. I'm in charge."
Okay, sir.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Okay, Alex, can you read number 2? What does it say?
He didn't have the courage to defy the unfair law.
So imagine there's a law. Maybe
Mhm.
I don't know. Oh, you have to pay tax on your internet now. That sounds very unfair to pay tax on your internet. Maybe they do that somewhere. I don't know. But so maybe people will say, "No, I'm not doing that. That's stupid. That's defying the law." Does that make sense? Is that pretty clear what defy means?
But for the first, I know define is to refuse or resist, but I didn't know it had to be with the authority or your superiors. For the first time, I know that defy is to refuse an order from your boss or your superior. But
Well,
I knew it. Defy means to refuse or to resist.
yeah, it has to be somebody with power because if it's somebody without power, who cares? It doesn't matter.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So, I mean, if a little child tells you to do something, uh, uh, Alex, give me $5. It's like a little child. Imagine a little 4-year-old boy. Alex, give me $5. You wouldn't say. You would just say Alex laughed or Alex said no. Of course not. I'm not giving you. You wouldn't say Alex defied the child because the child has no power. That sounds ridiculous. If you say Alex defied the child, it sounds like the child has a lot of power and Alex has no power. Does that make sense?
Yeah. To the,
So you have to have that power dynamic. It has to be you said no to someone important. You said no to someone with power. You said no to someone who can make life difficult for you. Can you read it again, number 2, Alex, please?
he didn't have the courage to defy the unfair law.
Okay, does that make sense? So there was an unfair law. He should say no, but he's not brave enough to say no.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can you read the up to the word courage, Alex?
He didn't have the courage.
What are the important words in that phrase?
Have courage.
Have and courage. Okay. In the word courage, what is the accented syllable? What is the most important sound?
Courage. The
Courage, courage, courage,
courage.
courage.
Mm.
Okay. So it sounds like this. He didn't have the. He didn't have the.
He didn't have that.
He didn't have the.
He didn't have that.
He
He
didn't
didn't have that.
he didn't have the courage.
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 Anchu, can you say that? He didn't have the courage.
He didn't have the courage.
He didn't have the. He didn't have the.
He didn't have the. He didn't have the.
Didn't have the courage.
He didn't have the courage.
what is the final part of the phrase, Pachu?
To defy the unfair law.
What are the important words in that phrase?
So it's a defy and unfair.
Okay. The unfair law. I think also law. I think we have to do law also.
Okay. Yeah, law.
Because I'm trying to think unfair law. Unfair law. Unfair law. Yeah, I think we have to say law also. Okay. Now in the word defy, that's two syllables. Which syllable has all of the sound? Defy. Defy.
Def, defy,
Defy. Defy. Defy.
fi,
Phi. Phi. Defy.
second,
Second.
second,
Hmm. How about unfair?
second,
Unfair. Unfair. Which syllable has all of the sound? Unfair. Unfair.
un,
That would be
unfair,
unfair. Unfair. Is it unfair or unfair?
unfair,
Listen to me say it. Unfair. Unfair. Unfair.
the fair,
Fair.
unf,
Fair is the
yeah,
strong syllable. Fair. Fair. Fair.
fair, fair,
Defy the unfair law. Defy the unfair law.
defy the unfair law.
He didn't have the courage to defy the unfair law.
He didn't have the courage to defy the unfair law.
He didn't. You don't really have to. You don't have to emphasize didn't. So it's he didn't have the. He didn't have the. It's just the word have that you can emphasize. He
So
didn't have the.
he didn't have the, he
He didn't,
didn't have the,
didn't have the courage to defy the unfair law.
he didn't have the courage to defy the unfair law.
Can you try that, Alex? Defy the unfair law.
Defy the unfair law.
He didn't have the courage to defy the unfair law.
He didn't have the courage to defy the unfair law.
Okay, so let's add some music. So we'll give high tones to all of our important sounds. It's really kind of like adding dimensions because the first thing that we did, we have one dimension where we're making long short, long short, long short. He didn't have the courage to defy the unfair law. But now we're adding another dimension of tones. High low, high low, high low. He didn't have the courage to defy the unfair law.
He didn't have the courage to defy the unfair law.
Can you try that, Pachu? He didn't have the courage to defy the unfair law.
He didn't have the courage to defy the unfair law.
Let's try. So remember that if you want the high tone, you should feel the top of your mouth vibrating. He didn't have the courage to defy the unfair law.
So, so he didn't have the courage to defy the unfair law.
Okay, law. Make that a long word. Law.
Oh,
Big sound.
The law.
oh,
It's a law.
He didn't have the courage. Courage. He didn't have the courage. You know,
law.
I just naturally want to go down on courage. So I think we just have to think of that like a phrase. He didn't have the courage to defy the unfair law.
He didn't have the courage to defy the unfair law.
Mm-hmm.
Law. Oh, law.
Yeah, and all right. So let's see, Alex, can you say that one time with some music? He didn't have the courage to defy the unfair law.
He didn't have the courage defy the unfair law.
Okay, and Alex, if you wanted to make a question meaning, do you agree with me? How would you do that?
He didn't have the courage to defy the unfair law, did he?
Okay, so if you say, did he? You're not sure, and you're
Did,
asking me to tell
did
you,
he? Did he?
did
Okay.
he?
Did he?
Did he? Did,
Did he? Okay.
did he?
Did he? Did he?
Yeah, like that. If you don't say it like that, you don't sound confident. It's like you want me to tell you what to think about everything, which is okay if you don't know what happened, but if you want to sound confident, you have to say, did he? Did he?
Did he? Did he?
Did
Okay.
he? Did he?
Did he?
hmm
Did he?
He didn't have the courage to defy the unfair law, did he?
He didn't have the courage to defy the unfair law, did he?
Okay. And what if you agree with me? What if you want to tell me, oh yes, I agree with your idea. I agree with your opinion. How will you agree with me?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Yeah, right.
No, he did.
You have to repeat my original thought, which was he didn't have. So no, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, I agree with you. He didn't have the courage. No, he didn't. How will you disagree? How will you tell me, oh, you're wrong about that? That's not true.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Mhm.
Okay, Mr. Pachu, can you make the
So
question? He didn't have the courage to defy the unfair law, did he?
he didn't have the courage to defy the unfair law, uh, did he?
Okay, now if you say, did he? That means tell me what to think. I don't know what to know. I don't know what to think about this. But try to sound confident. Try to share your opinion and say, do you agree with my opinion? Did he? Did he? Wait, did so now I'm doing and now I'm confused. Did he? Did he?
Did he? Did he?
Mm-hmm. Make the question again, but try to use that confident question tone.
Didn't have the courage to defy the unfair law, did he?
Okay, if you say did
Did he?
he, that means I don't know. Tell me what to think. But do the confident tone. Did he? Did he?
Did he?
Mm.
Did he?
Try again.
He didn't have the courage to defy the unfair law, did he? Did
Did
he?
did did he? Did he?
Did he? Did he?
He. Feel it in your throat. He. Go down. He.
Did he? Did he?
Did
Did he?
did he?
Did he? Did
Okay, that's
he?
good. All right. How will you agree with me? How will you tell me, oh, I agree with your opinion. I think you're right.
Uh, no, he didn't.
Yeah, you have to repeat the original thing that I said, which is negative. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. You're right. I agree with you. How will you disagree?
Yeah.
How will you tell me, oh, that's not true. You're wrong.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
He did.
Okay, Pachu, do you know our next word, which is inevitable? Inevitable.
Yes.
You've
Yes.
seen that before?
Yes.
Okay. And Alex, have you seen that word before? Inevitable. Inevitable.
Yes.
Okay.
Something has to happen,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, that word
un,
evi.
unavoidable,
Yeah, it's actually
unavoidable.
it's the same. I think that probably these two words they're actually the same thing. They maybe just came into English at different periods, but they mean the same thing. Because that word evite, that's very Latin. That means avoid in Latin. But you can see the relationship between the word avoid in English and then this word evite. So you have um, avoidable, that means you can avoid it, and evitable, which is not really something that you would say in English, but you could. Probably that red will disappear. No, it doesn't. You can't say evitable, but you can, that they mean the same thing. Evitable, that means you can avoid it, and avoidable. Um,
Mhm.
so this is inevitable. That means you cannot avoid it. You cannot avoid it. And this is
Okay.
unavoidable. And both, you could use either one. You could use either one. Okay, Mr. Pachu, can you read number 3? What does it say?
Outcome of game was the outcome of game was not why it is equal.
Well,
Okay.
let's do this. Let's change, because this is a confusing sentence. I just told ChatGPT, give me negative sentences because I wanted to practice tag questions in the negative. But this is a weird sentence. So let's just make it affirmative. Can you read it again, Pachu?
Okay, sir. The outcome of game was inevitable.
Inevitable. Inevitable. Inevitable.
In inevitable. Inevitable.
Hmm. Can you read it, Alex? The outcome
The outcome of game was inevitable.
of the, both of you, I don't hear you saying the, of the. We have to use the word the. The
Oh,
outcome of the game was inevitable.
the outcome of the game was inevitable.
Hmm. That's right. Okay. Pachu, can you read up to the word game?
Okay. So it is pretty easy sentence.
Okay.
So the outcome of the game,
Okay. What are the important words in that phrase?
outcome and game
Okay. And where is all of the sound in the word outcome?
is out.
Out. Yeah, usually if you have two words together, it will be the first word that gets all of the sound. Outcome. Outcome.
Yes. Yes. I am forgetting that rule. Yes. Okay. Outcome.
Not always, but usually. And so then we have game. That's one syllable. So that's easy. So we'll make the word out and the word game very big, and the other things we'll make very small. The outcome of the game.
The outcome of the game
Can you try that, Alex? The outcome of the game.
The outcome of the game
All right. What is the final part of that phrase, Alex?
was inevitable.
Okay. And are there any important words in that phrase?
Inevitable.
Okay, now this is a tricky word because I hear two accents in it, but I think one is stronger than the other one. What do you think? Where's all of the
In,
sounds?
inevitable. Inevitable.
Yeah, it's
Ine,
the eh. It's
inevitable.
the eh or ev. Let's say ev. It's the ev. But also it could be in. Inevitable. They sound both very strong, don't they?
Some words have the first stress and the second stress. I think.
Yeah, there was some when you have a word with more than three syllables, it's possible to have two stresses, but one is very strong and the other one is not so strong. And it's funny because when you're making a sentence, you can choose which one to emphasize depending on the big small pattern. Sometimes you can switch them just to keep the rhythm nice. So,
Mhm.
but this time, well, let's just keep it simple and say ev. So, was inevitable. Was inevitable.
Was inevitable. Was inevitable.
The outcome of the game was inevitable.
The outcome of the game was inevitable.
Can you try that, Pachu? Was inevitable. Was inevitable.
Was inevitable. Was inevitable.
Can you make bigger? Was inevitable.
Was inevitable.
Was it?
Was
What?
inevitable.
What? Can you say was in a? Was in a?
Was in a.
Can you
Was in a.
can you say was in a? Was in a?
Was in a.
Was inevitable.
was inevitable.
The outcome of the game was inevitable.
The outcome of the game was inevitable.
Say wasn't there, wasn't there,
Was
was inevitable.
was inevitable.
The outcome of the game was inevitable.
The outcome of the game was inevitable.
Okay. So we'll add a little bit of music. We'll give some high notes to our important sounds. But then when we get to our final sound, we'll make that low. The outcome of the game was inevitable.
Okay. The outcome of the game was inevitable.
Inevitable. And put that down in your throat. Push down. Inevitable.
Uh, was inevitable.
The outcome of the game was inevitable.
The outcome of the game was inevitable.
Alex, can you try that with a little bit of music? The outcome of the game was inevitable.
The outcome of the game was inevitable.
Try to go low. Try to push that inevitable down your throat. Inevitable.
The outcome of the game was inevitable.
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 Okay. Pachu, how will you make a question that means, do you agree with me? Do you agree with my idea? Do you agree with my opinion?
So wasn't it?
Wasn't it? Wasn't it? Okay. Now, if you say wasn't it, that means I don't know. You tell me what to think. But if you want to be confident and give your opinion and say, do you agree with my opinion? Then you have to say, wasn't it? Well, sorry, now I'm doing it. Wasn't it? Wasn't it? Wasn't it?
Wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't it?
Wasn't
Wasn't it?
it? Wasn't it?
Wasn't it?
Mm.
Wasn't it?
Wasn't it? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
What? Yes.
Go. Try again. The outcome of the game was inevitable, wasn't it? Wasn't it?
The out outcome of the game was inevitable, wasn't it?
Yeah. Okay.
Wasn't it?
You almost went up, but you fixed it. Wasn't it?
Wasn't it? Wasn't it?
That's a confident way of saying this is my opinion. Agree with me. Wasn't it? Okay,
Yes.
Pachu, if you agree with me, how will you answer?
Yes. Yes, it was.
That's right. You repeat the original idea. So you say, yes, it was. Yes, you're right. It was. How will you tell me I'm wrong? That's not true. I disagree with you.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. Don't go, it wasn't. It wasn't. The opposite. It
So
wasn't. Go down.
no, it wasn't.
That's
No,
right.
it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, I
Alex,
have to be very careful.
it's hard. This is really. I think this is really hard thing to do. But I think once you, it takes some time. They call that a learning curve. There's a big learning curve for this. But I think once you get it, once something in your head clicks, then it becomes.
Yes.
Then you understand it. But it takes a long time to get used to.
Yeah. So yes, sir. I want to say a few words, sir.
Go ahead.
Yes. So this means my English is so bad because we do not know. I do not know how to uh, pronounce the correct way or what is the rhythm. So it takes a lot of time. But as you said, if I get all these things, so I will be good at my 60s.
In your 60s, you'll finally be perfect.
Yes.
It'll just take a little while. That's all. Yeah. No, but
And
no,
wait,
I don't think it would take that long, but it would take some time.
Yes.
anyway, going to have it before your retirement.
Yeah, before you so when you retire, then you can go to English-speaking countries, and people will say, "Oh wow, Mr. Pachu, you must have been speaking English perfectly your whole life." Oh yes, that's true. I'm very good.
But the in English speaking country, if the age is high, it very difficult.
What? What did you
Yes.
in English-speaking countries? What?
If the age is very high, so it is difficult to get there.
Oh, it gets. I thought it got easier if you got older. You say
Yeah.
it's more difficult. Okay. All right,
Okay, so
Alex.
thank
If I say the outcome, can you make the question, but try to sound confident. Not that you're asking me to tell you what to think, but that here's you're presenting your idea, and you want to know if you agree, if I agree with your idea. How will you ask that question?
Okay. Okay. The outcome the outcome of the game was inevitable, wasn't it?
Okay, if you say wasn't it, if you go up it, if you say when you say it, you can feel the
It
the top of your mouth vibrating because it's high. Try to push it down. Wasn't it? Wasn't it?
wasn't wasn't it?
Yeah. hmm That sounds confident.
Okay.
That's my opinion. Agree with me. Wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Yeah, sorry, yeah.
Yes, it was.
Wasn't it?
hmm
Yes, it was, yeah.
So that's agreeing. Yeah, yeah. If you want to agree with me, then you have to repeat what I say. Yes, it was. Yes, I agree with you. It was. hmm
Mhm.
How will you tell me I'm wrong? No, that's not true.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I was
Oh,
going to do a number 4, but I'm running out of time because I have an appointment. So I think we have to stop here for today. I really
Yes, sir.
going to
Yes, sir.
I'm going to try to return in about 3 hours. I hope to return in about 3 hours to do an English for Nerds video. So we'll see. I'm not making any promises, but I think so. I'm pretty sure I will. And I
that's
want to
okay.
do philosophy and biology this time.
Oh, wow.
We'll be
Wow.
practicing
Yes,
words.
yes.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, okay.
So thank you for watching. Thank you for participating. And I hope to see you back here soon when we do English for Nerds in a couple of hours. Okay.
Thanks for having that.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sir.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.